friends, I am in my car, sitting in my driveway. I'm getting ready to go to a Mary Kay beauty session. Just excited to be out today. It's beautiful. It's morning. I get to pamper some great ladies. So go ahead. If you love listening to my vlogs, go ahead and like and subscribe. I always love hearing from you guys too. Love all your comments. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. And let's drive. All right, you guys, I'm out of my driveway on my way to this party. It's kind of cold, even though it's warm. Super excited about today. It is Memorial Day weekend, which I normally don't work on Memorial Day weekend, but I've taken some time off in May just to recover and whatnot. And so I just felt like it. And so I booked the party today and decided, you know what? If I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. And if I don't feel like doing it, I'm going to dovetail it. So I feel like doing it. It's morning too. So it's I'll be home, just gone for a couple hours, which is perfect. Oh my gosh. So fun story. Everyone on my street is having a graduation party. There are cars everywhere. Okay. Yep. Got to make sure I don't, yeah, there we go. Okay. So today's appointment is, I think the last one I did was a booking from a booking. This one is a new lead, a bride, super excited. And I think it's her sisters and her mom. So just really looking forward to, I don't know, just being out and doing some Mary Kay parties. And so what I wanted to talk about today is it's the end of May, right? So we're getting into the end of our fiscal year, the end of June. A lot of you are working on goals. And so put in the comments, I want to know, what goals are you working on? What are you excited about? I am excited. So I finished this a lot of times, but this year, when you have something happen, it's just more meaningful to me this year. But I am working to finish my, I think it's 10th triple star, 10th, I think. Yeah. I have Unit Club. We're almost 500,000. So that's super exciting. My team and I are, have just had an amazing year, and just, I don't know, a lot of us had did a lot of personal growth. We updated some systems in our business. So we're almost done with that, and on to the next thing with our team sales, and then personal sales I've had done for quite a while. I usually do, I think there's only 2 years out of 21 that I've missed quarter of sales. So that's exciting too. So it's just a quota sharing. I think I'm at 18 qualified, and I have a bunch that joined my team in March and April that are working and selling and that kind of thing. So I do believe, I know it's going to come together. So that's exciting. So tell me what you're working on, because I always like to think about you, and, it always kind of puts in my mind, what would be a good training for this time and whatnot. So I'm just excited for it. It's I'm calling it Joyful June. It's going to be fun. I'm making it fun this year with my team. We're going to do different promotions. Okay. So the sun and the lighting is weird. There we go. I'm back. Okay. So today, what I want to talk about though, as we go into that season and just beyond, I did a post on my Facebook and Instagram about, this was a few weeks ago, that my number one growth word right now is being perceived. And here's what I mean by that, you guys, and then I did a post, I don't know, recently about, just post the dang thing, right? We all have get ready with me's and content and things that we are creating and working on. And then we go, oh, I don't know if I should post that. What if it's not perfect? What if I didn't edit it? Or I said something stupid? Y'all, I don't really edit these vlogs except to cut out some of the driving if I every now and then need to. But other than that, I really don't edit these. So it's just post the dang thing was the point to the post. Because there are women, living, breathing women who are following you and watching you, and they want to see the authentic, real, not even authentic, because, sometimes we can perform authenticity, but the real version, the truth of you, who is the true version of you, and they are excited to connect with her, right? So post the dang thing. But just know that in the process of doing that, you are going to be perceived, meaning you might post something and you had no idea that it was gonna, people were gonna take it a different way than how you intended it. And what's so cool is, what we like to do as humans is in the comments, we like to, kind of go to war about it. No, that's not what I meant. Or, call people out on it or whatever. And it's nope. If you're working on being perceived, you just let it be. That by putting content out there, people are going to perceive it. They are going to take it. They're going to use it. They're going to do whatever with it. And so, yeah, so that's definitely something that I'm working on. And, it's so funny to me because even things you think are innocent, I posted about these garlic Parmesan Doritos they have at Sam's Club, by the way, life changed. I don't really eat junk food, but it's a holiday weekend. Sometimes I'll like grab a little fun snack. I shouldn't say that. I do eat Nerds gummy clusters. That's junk, but I don't even eat it. Maybe like 1 or 2 days times a week. I have something like that. So I mean, I eat pretty healthy. I juice beets. Okay. I juice beets. Do you know that beets taste like the ground? I have to cut the skins off because I can't do it. And now, even just by saying that, someone on here is going to be like, oh my gosh, you cut the skins off your beets? That's where all the nutrients are. It's like, no matter what you put out into the world, someone's going to have an issue with it. Okay. But I choose beets. I have to put an apple, a cucumber. What else do apple? So I do beets, apple, cucumber, ginger. I'm missing a veggie. Apple's the only fruit I stick in it. Anyway, you get the point. Like, I mean, and I actually like it when beets are combined with all that, and I have to juice this with the skins off, or it just tastes like dirt. I'm sorry, friends, but if you're like a beet juice connoisseur, it's so good for you, though. Like, beets are so good for you. So anyway, my point is, yes, I eat super healthy, but I also like to have a little junk every now and then. So I posted about these garlic Parmesan Doritos, and someone like PMs me, Emily, as a dietitian, we should look at your snack habits. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay, like, I wasn't asking for advice, but sure. So that's an example. And then I did a post about watermelon, and someone was a watermelon farmer, and apparently I spread some misinformation about watermelons. Like, I wasn't intending to like offend anybody who likes watermelon. Like, so these are just funny examples. I've had some more serious examples of people like perceiving something where I was like, no, girl, like I did a post recently about pausing, and people took it as me quitting or not doing a business, which you all know is not true because I'm always, I'm still doing parties. Pausing doesn't mean stopping. Should maybe clarify that. Pausing just means being mindful of what you can and can't do, and maybe just kind of like reevaluating some of the things you are doing, and how could you automate that, or how could you delegate that, or how could you do that in a more effective way. So that's how I interpret pausing. Does not mean stopping. So I'm still working my business, even amongst kind of taking it maybe a little more mindfully and slower, but that doesn't mean not doing anything. So again, I deal with it all the time. I'm telling you guys this because I want to see more of the truth version of y'all. And I know why you're scared to post it, because you don't want to deal with all this stuff. And you're probably like, see, Emily, this is exactly why I don't. But I'm telling you, for every story like that, I've got stories of women who are like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so much for posting that. I haven't heard someone talk about it in that way. And I really think that this business and what we do is all about that connection. So post the dang thing. That's what I wanted to talk to you about on this vlog today, in addition to getting excited about what you're finishing this year. And do you know how to finish it, right? Are you out seeing faces? Oh, and then the other thing I had to talk about, this is huge. I know I've been talking about, keep telling my unit, I'm like, you're going to be so sick of me talking about these foundations. Hashtag not sorry. Okay. I'm not even going to say sorry, not sorry, just not sorry about it, because here's what I want to say today about the foundations. If you're like, oh, I don't want to buy every single one to use as demo. I'm not saying you have to buy every single one in both formulas. Okay. Just do matte or do luminous, but get mix it, do a mix of it, but get all the colors, because two things I want to say. There's a fabulous consultant in my area. Her name is Dorothy Inez, and she is a makeup artist. And she posted this beautiful thing about, how, I have to remember it, how when women have their foundation shade, if they don't have the right foundation shade, they can feel disconnected from themselves. And I was like, ooh, that is so good. And I'm trying to tell my unit that when someone comes to your appointment and you don't have like their perfect shade, it just makes them feel not included. It just does. When you have someone's foundation shade, they feel included. They just do. I've seen it so many thousands of times where I'll have a woman who's like, oh, you probably don't have my shade. Typically people don't have my shade, and then I have her shade, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is so incredible. And you can just feel that inclusivity go through her. So I love that. So that's point one. I'm seeing a lot of people who are like, oh, just get some of the shades, or just get whatever. If you are going to see faces, get the shades. The other thing is, you guys, the amount of people buying this foundation. So I have a Voxer group for my consultants, and literally in the last 3 days, they've been like, Emily, 2 out of 2 people at my appointment bought the foundation. 5 out of 5 bought the foundation. It's like a 75 to 80% to 100%. So between 75 and 100% buy rate that people try this foundation and they want it. And so I kind of did some math. If you got all of the foundations to demo, right? This is a business. So if you got them all, it would be, I think it's like 506 wholesale or something. And it would take, I think you have to sell 20 foundations to make that back. I was like, well, that to me is like a few parties. So obviously if you have no intention of like being in front of people and seeing faces or whatever, then it doesn't make sense for you to have every single one. But if your intention is to do what I'm doing, you're seeing faces, you want to build a reorder business, you're building those customers, those relationships, get the dang foundations because they're that good. I mean, they're doing well at my appointment. So I will come back after this one and just kind of share maybe a little bit more about that. But thank you again for watching to this point. So stay tuned for what happens afterwards. Okay, I'm back. And you might think, wow, you look different. That's because this super funny thing happened. So when I got done with that party on, was that Saturday? Sunday. I got out. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's beautiful out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go boating today. And I was just thinking of all the things I was going to do. And then I totally forgot to come back and do a recap of that party. So now it is Tuesday. So it's been a couple days. But I wanted to come back because, I wanted to talk about that. And also, I'm on my way right now to meet with a consultant. So, anytime kind of come off a holiday, I like to just kind of dive back in. And so I'm meeting with Jackie. She needs help getting her project broadcast, like her texting system set up. So I'm a huge believer in having different systems that kind of help us automate some things and just keeps conversation separate. I think the nice thing about having some kind of texting thing that you can do from your computer and that gives you a separate number versus your personal cell phone is that it just allows you to keep conversations separate. So the conversations with my kids, my husband, my family are separate from my business conversations. It also helps you put people in groups. Like you can have a customer group, team group, beauty consultants want to go to seminar group. Like you can make different tags and things in Project Broadcast. So it's just like really easy to text people and get messages out. You can also do voice drops. You can do emailing. There's a lot of different things in it. I also use it for something called app flows. There's lots of different things. I know there's Scipio. There's different. I've kind of had all of them. I really like Project Broadcast. So yeah, she needs help. She's texting a bunch of referrals. So I'm showing her how to upload those there and getting her all set up because she really wants to get her business really rocking. She's been rocking, but like really, really rocking. So I'm excited to help her with that. I do have my Project Broadcast link in the thing. If I need to do a training more on what I'll use that for, because they're constantly expanding the different options there and what you can do with it. But I always tell my consultants, it's not something you have to get right away, but a couple different sort of things. So if you feel like you're constantly losing conversations in text, you just don't feel really organized there, or you're like, oh my gosh, did I text them? Did they ever text me back? Or if you have 50 or more customers, I highly recommend it because the other great thing is it's just so easy. With a few clicks of a button, you can get a text out to all of your customers. Like if you have a promotion coming up or a birthday discount or whatever, it's just kind of like really easy to keep that all separate and all neat. And it does save you a ton of time. And the other great thing, the thing I really appreciate about Project Broadcast is they have different plans. And you can honestly start at the cheapest one or the second to cheapest. I don't even know what they all are anymore. And they allow you to like constantly be changing your plan. So even like if I sometimes will go to a higher plan, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have all these credits. And so I'll use the credits and then switch to a lower plan. So it gives you some flexibility in your business, which I feel like is kind of a big thing, just to kind of help keep your expenses down. So if you think that that's kind of important too. But anyway, I did want to talk about the party. So it was a mom and her 4 daughters, and 3 of the 4 daughters drove up from Iowa. So it was like so much fun just to get to know people from a different state. Iowa's it's not that far from me, maybe 2 hours to the nearest town in Iowa. But I think they were from a little bit farther in. So that was pretty cool. And again, okay, I did the new foundations. It was really, really nice. I feel like the ivory shade selection has gotten a lot more comprehensive than what it was, and or the light beige. So they were all light beige to dark ivory. So that was really cool. And they all loved the foundation again. 2 out of the 4 got the foundation, but it was kind of their mom buying them stuff. So it sounds like they are going to be sharing. So just totally fine. So yeah, it was just a nice little party. It was short. I was there, they had stuff to do. I wanted to get home and go boating. So it was like an hour and 15 minutes total. We just had a nice time together, and 2 of them booked a virtual session with me. So that's super exciting too. And, yeah, so it was a nice time. And this week I do have a couple parties this week, but today I'm working with a consultant, and tomorrow night I'm meeting with a consultant, and her husband, she really wants to be able to do Mary Kay on a more full-time basis. And her husband has questions about that. And so I love just like having those kind of conversations with people and talking about that stuff. So I'm going to be doing that tonight. But in the meantime, I am driving into town here. I've got some packages and orders that had come in over the weekend that I'm getting out, and then I'm going to go meet with my consultant, Jackie, and then I'm going to come back to my office and do some booking and just different work that needs to get done for the end of May here. So thanks for hanging out and checking out my vlog. Again, like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos, or yeah, I just appreciate you guys, and it's always fun to hear from you guys in the comments too. So thanks again.